listening to the Dynamic Women podcast. Each week, you'll be inspired by our global community of women. They'll share with you tools and stories to help you be dynamic in every area of life. Here's your host, award-winning coach, and the CEO and founder of Dynamic Women, Diane Rolston.
Hello, if you are joining me, let me know. I've struggled in my business different times and thinking I made the right decisions based on what others have suggested. But the problem was they weren't actually doing what they shared with me. And I learned the hard way. I'm going to share a little bit more about what I'm talking about today. Okay, so I'm going to share about how I made the wrong decisions in my business. I'm going to share how I made the wrong decisions in my business and how I was following what people were saying, but they weren't actually doing it themselves. So then you add in like the stress and the wild life of having kids. I basically started my business and was having children at the exact same time. It was a little bit wild. It's doable. I've got lots of tips now for that. That's not what I'm talking about today. See, in your business, you need to, and what I was doing, I was constantly reviewing and making changes. So those like mistakes were really learning opportunities. And I'm sure you've heard that before, right? Mistakes are learning opportunities. But the thing is, like, what if you just knew how to not make the mistakes? So I'm going to share a little bit about that journey today. And the key thing is, and what I learned is how fast you make a decision to make a change and take action actually determines how successful that you're going to be. Because if you can't make changes when problems come, or you stay in the wrong decision for too long, then you're gonna have a longer negative effect from that wrong decision. And so today I'm going to share about the one step that I took that's helped me achieve more, stay focused, and get me new opportunities. And it's something that I've shared with clients of mine, and it's helped them to achieve more, stay focused, and get new opportunities. So I'm going to go through that today with you. I'm aiming to just be like 10-15 minutes to keep this short so that we can all get back to business, get back to life, maybe enjoy some free time today. I did that yesterday. I sat outside. I noticed actually my rose bush was getting a bit gangly, a bit tall. Oh yeah, so yesterday I was outside and I Googled how to trim roses and I went for it. I just made the decision, I'm going to do it, and they look so much better because they're not like way over the fence. But I am going to talk about that one decision I made. And I made a few decisions before that were wrong. And so let me know, so that I can share with you what the right decision was. So in the beginning of becoming a coach, and maybe you've had this too in your business or in something you've done in your life where, you are really good at what you do, you're the technician of that thing, but actually running a business or managing a business wasn't taught to you. And so as a coach, they don't teach us how to run a coaching business. So what did I do? I joined a networking group, and that's great, right? You should join networking groups, you should get yourself out there. But the problem was that the networking group wasn't giving me that strong level information that I needed, right? That strong level information that I needed in how to run a business that's in alignment with me. Okay, so I hire a coach, and I hire a business coach, and a really good business coach, and I'm very happy I did, and I still connect with her when I need some extra support. So I hired this coach, and it was really great in working with her, and she helped me with business foundations, and she helped me along the process. But I was missing that group interaction, right? Maybe you felt this too. You're like, but I want like a group of people. I want a group of women who, and men, but now it's oftentimes a group of women that I want to kind of come together and we can move our businesses forward together, and I can get some information. So anyway, so I joined a mastermind because I thought, now I've got this group, I've got this amazing group of women, we're going to help each other. But then I was like, man, I'm just not getting that like high level strategy that I needed in this mastermind. And because in this mastermind, it was like self-led, like the participants were to lead it. And I was like the only coach in the group and the only facilitator in the group. I ended up like having to run it. And then that just felt weird because then I was thinking like, I'm now starting to feel like the coach where I'm not able to like chill and relax and just be part of this experience. And so I was like, that's off. That's not right. And I wasn't getting what I needed. So, okay, so I've got this coach over here. She's awesome. She's helping me. Okay. So we're doing that thing. Then I joined this mastermind group, and this mastermind group, I'm not getting this high level strategy I want. And the timing was off of it, meaning like it's supposed to take an hour and then it was taking 2 hours because people weren't on time. And then people weren't keeping to their timing because we were just trying to self-manage. And then I ended up having to kind of take over, and that didn't feel good either. And then I thought, maybe I just need like a little accountability group to like get things going, help me get things happening. But I'd show up to my like accountability group, and I'm realizing these people are not doing what they said they would do. And it was quite frustrating for me because at the time I was pregnant. So I was pregnant. Was I with first or second child? Second child, I think. Yes. So I was needing to drop my daughter off at daycare at 7:00, like begging for my daycare to take, my daycare woman is amazing, but to have her take her then. And then to be able to like drive all the way to where this group was. It's supposed to be mastermind and accountability, but there were so many people in the room. It didn't always happen that way. So anyway, so I get there and I'm like 7-8 months pregnant. All the way up, I was in this group, and the people were doing what they had to do. And so we were spending more of our time, at least I was spending more of my time there, coaching them how to reach their goals, coaching them how to actually just do what they were supposed to do. And it was frustrating because I'm like, look, I'm like super pregnant. I have a toddler and I got all my stuff done. So that level of accountability wasn't there. It was supposed to be accountable, supposed to get your stuff done, but people weren't doing it. And that's fine. Life happens. And sometimes I don't get my stuff done that I say that I'll do. And I know that that's life. But the thing is, I've done a ton of other stuff and I have a plan for how it's going to happen, or it just wasn't the right decision in the first place. So what does this all mean for you? Well, if you think of it, if you look at the different things that were happening to me, and maybe you've experienced this as well, let me know if you have. I had a networking group, a coach, a mastermind group, and an accountability partner. And they were all serving like partial needs for me, but none of it was like fully encompassing all of my needs. None of it was. So what does that mean? So what does this mean? And maybe you're feeling it too. It takes a lot of time to attend 4 different events. It takes travel time if you're meeting in person. It takes even preparation of getting ready. Like today I showered. I didn't dry my hair, but I showered and I got myself ready. And so you need to look presentable when you meet people, whether virtually or in person. It took, each one had their own set of like goals, or each one had their own set of requirements, their own way of doing things, a form to fill in, maybe a Google sheet to fill in, and a Trello board to fill in, or a form that I had to bring filled in. And it was just like, I couldn't keep my head straight with like, I got this and I got this over here and I got this over here. And I said I would do this here and I said I would do this here. And you couldn't just like blanket, like this is what I'm doing across all of them, because there were different expectations for each of the groups. So this is costing me time. This is costing me brain power. I had like 2 kids. And even if you don't have young kids, that's just like having 80 windows open on your computer and trying to like manage them all at the same time. And you end up like the ball's spinning on your computer, right? Because it's just like you can't compute that many things at the same time. So I was feeling that. I was feeling like, oh my gosh, there's so much going on and so many places I have to be and so many people I have to connect with. That was the other thing. I'm like, so I've got like all these people to get to know here and all these people to get to know here and all these people to get to know here. And I just didn't feel like I was doing a really good job of getting to know anyone anywhere. And so it was like running between things. And what I wanted was one single track to put my business train on and to just go and to be able to just go and go with the one group of people and have them serve all of my needs and get my business moving forward so that I wasn't wasting time and energy, mind power. I wasn't wasting money because every single thing that I was in was costing me money. And I say costing me money rather than it was an investment of my money, because I wasn't able to get fully out of I wasn't fully able to get what I wanted, what I was looking for. And I didn't even know what I needed and what I was looking for until I tried all the things and was like, why isn't there something that has it all together? So what do I mean by that? Why isn't there something where a group of people get together and we have that networking opportunity because we are getting together and connecting with each other, right? So we're networking, we're getting to know each other, we are in getting to know each other, we know, like, and trust each other, then we start maybe referring or introducing or using each other's services, right? So that's the first aspect, that networking piece. Then the aspect of the accountability, but the difference being accountability with someone in charge. I know coming from sports, when the coach wasn't there, we didn't run as hard because another player isn't really going to call you out. Like, they might be like, come on, pick up the pace or whatever, but they're doing their own thing as well. So they don't have as much energy to call you out. Plus they know that you could call them out right back. And so having that sports coach there to be pushing me. So without the accountability kind of coach overseeing everything, there was kind of a good enough, like we got good enough in our results. But when to have an actual facilitator, somebody, a coach, somebody to be in charge of that accountability meant that it was equally kind of governed for everyone, which was amazing. So that's the accountability piece with someone in charge. That's what makes it different, so that the participants don't have to hold each other accountable. So much better. Then the mastermind piece. Now, sometimes when I would mastermind in groups that didn't have a facilitator, what would end up happening is the person that was struggling the most got the most attention. And that's totally fine if the person's actually doing stuff, right? If the person's actually done their homework. But what's been frustrating in some groups is that certain people take more time because the time isn't being managed. And so when you have a facilitator there to facilitate the timing, everyone gets their 25 minutes or everyone gets their 10 minutes. Then when that person cuts you off, it's okay because they're going to cut everybody off. But when someone in the group has to cut you off, it just changes the dynamic. I know that from being coached by a player. As I got older, like, I'm still playing soccer, been coached by players, and I totally still respect them. But, sometimes they don't do as well on the field, and then they're calling you out, and you're like, but you just kind of messed up too. Or some people, like, I totally respect them and I totally listen to them, but other people on the field don't always do that. And so it's kind of a hard position for that person to be in. And so in the masterminding piece, it's not just the power of the group, but I want someone in charge that knows so many different things. I want to be able to pick their brain in my masterminds. I want to be able to pick the facilitator or the mastermind leader or the coaches. I want to be able to pick their brain. I want to know that, no matter who is in the group, that I'm going to get huge value from the person leading it as well. And in them facilitating properly, we'll get huge value from each other. Okay, so that's the mastermind piece. And then the coaching, I've kind of alluded to it a little bit. But having someone in that group who can coach, the cool thing is, as they're coaching someone else in the group, man, I can learn so much. You can learn so much, right? And so knowing that maybe someone else got coached and then the next week you have the same problem, you can just go back to they went through. Or you're like, oh my gosh, I have that problem too. And you can feel like you're not the only one. Plus, in being coached in front of others, you also have that feeling of like, we're in this together. So what are your thoughts on this? Which of those 4 pieces do you like the most? Which of those 4 pieces do you think would help your business the most or your life? Because you can have networking, accountability, mastermind, and a coach for your life as well. That's why there are life coaches. That's why there's personal development. And that's why there's like group coaching around love and around marriage and around, flipping homes, if that's your hobby, whatever it may be. There's groups for things, writing and different hobbies. So which of those 4? Let me know. Which of those 4 do you like most? And I'll tell you the one step I took that has helped me achieve more, stay focused, and get new opportunities. And I'll share what the one step that my clients are now taking that's helping them to achieve more, stay focused, and get new opportunities. Do you want to know what it is? Taking all 4 of those things, blending them into one single activity, one single program. A program where you network, you mastermind, you get coaching, and there's accountability, all with one group. Why is this good? Think of an iceberg in water. You know how there's just that little bit at the top? When you spread yourself thin in a lot of different things, you only really can get to the tip of the iceberg because your bandwidth is so spread apart. When you have one group that you're working with to satisfy your masterminding, networking, coaching, accountability needs, you get to go super deep in reaching your goals, super deep in getting to know each other, super deep in your reach with those people. They're going to open up a bigger part of their Rolodex. You can go super deep in the history of the things that are going on. What are the other benefits? You save time, money, and energy. How? Let's talk about that. You save time because you've got one group to go to. Time because you have one group to prepare for. You save time because you're not coming up with all these like goals here and there and everywhere and all these tasks. You have one. How do you save energy? Your brain isn't thinking about all the different things, isn't putting together all the different things. You got one thing, one place to focus on. You don't have all these people you're trying to get to know really deeply. You've got your one group. How does it save you money? Because you're investing in one thing. Your money goes there. Your attention goes there. Your time goes there. When I realized that, when I was able to see that and seek that out and then create it for my clients, man, huge difference, huge difference. So if you've stuck with me this long, you probably are searching for something like this. You're searching for something that would just ease the burden of all the things you have to get done. A speed course to help you reach your goals. A program that has 4 in 1. Kind of your one-stop shop to help you reach where you want to get to. And so this is why I put all my years in my education, my teaching, all my years from coaching, all my years from delivering workshops, delivering speeches, presentations to groups of people, and all my personal and professional development, put them into one program, the She's Gold program. Like I said, it's a speed course to reach your goals. Focused on you, focused on what you want to achieve. We get super clear about what you're working on for the month. From there, when you are super clear about what you work on, you make better decisions. You're super focused. You're more motivated. So we do that through the group coaching and mastermind sessions. It's not just everybody giving ideas, but you get coaching from me as well. Because sometimes people pouring ideas onto you isn't what you need. You actually need to make a switch somehow, a shift somehow. We maybe need to uncover something because you going this direction and getting some support here isn't actually what you need. But you need to be clear about what you're working on for the next 30 days. Then the other piece to this is having a goal sister session. Now, what's that mean? You connecting with one of the other women in the group. So this is kind of facilitated for you in that you get to connect with a different woman each month. Why is this good? You really get to know each other. In the group component, that's fine. That's totally good. But one-on-one is better. And done in a way that it's just 15 minutes. And if you guys want to go more, that's great. But it's so you can boost your goals. It's so you can expand your network and do something for each other, like share posts, comment, promote what each other is doing. Then you're working through your goals. You've connected with someone else. You've got the accountability. You got the coaching. You got the masterminding. But now you've maybe hit a roadblock. You've got questions and you want some strategy. You want some business advice. You want some coaching. You want to now take what you've maybe done and say, is this or this better? Or what do you think of this? You want to get some feedback. So then you get Q&A and hot seat time. This is a cool thing because, after 10 years of running my business, I have picked up a lot of knowledge around things like sales, marketing, funnels, program development, speaking from stage, developing a talk, developing a business, how to make one business opportunity expand into many, how to put in systems and processes into your business, how to use a lot of the technology, how to use the tools. That's your time to pick my brain. That's your time to pick the brain of the other women in the group. There's so much talent in the She's Gold group. I already have a bunch of women involved and they have come from different industries. So you get their knowledge from these different industries, as well as their past work lives, right? You get all that knowledge in one room. That's why it's a mastermind. It is a group effort with all that information that is there. And then we close off the month with accountability check-ins. Why? So you finish the month strong. In the week before, you're going to get that strategy, you're going to get the problem solving, and you'll be able to optimize opportunities. And so then those final 2 weeks, you're going to be banging out those goals. Now, why do we care about banging out those goals? Because you've got a lot of stuff on your plate, I'm sure. You've got a lot of stuff happening in your life. Kids, the house, your own family and friends. You've got, the business. You have a spouse maybe, or other people close to you. Maybe you're caring for an aging parent. There's a lot going on, and maybe you just like to chill and read a book, and maybe you should take care of your health and sleep at some point. So there's so much going on that you need one crystal clear solution to help you get from point A to point B in a way that is quick or efficient for you, whichever word you like better. I like efficient. That is efficient of your time, energy, and resources. Getting you across that spot is so important. So this is the one thing that has helped me in my business. Now, does that mean I don't do specific masterminds? I totally do. But what do I look for? A good facilitator. Does it mean that I don't have a one-on-one coach? I totally do. And I tap into these coaches. I have them for different industries. I tap into the different industries to go specific to those coaches. Does it mean that I don't have an accountability group? I have that built in with the other groups. So I've built them in, and I do have separate ones. I do have network. I do all these other things. But I have that one group that is my all. And this is what I'm inviting you to. So I'm just going to drop in. I encourage you to check out the She's Gold program. There are different options for getting more support from me, less support from me. There's different, choices to be in our next collaborative book, The Dynamic Women Confidence Secrets. There's an option for that. Just apply, or if you have questions, please reach out to me in a direct message. I'm happy to have a conversation with you if that's something that would be beneficial. the group we already have is amazing, and we start August 1st. And the first meeting is August 5th. It's all virtual. So I welcome my friends all across Canada. We already have a bunch across Canada. I welcome my friends from the United States. I welcome my friends from every country in the world. Just need you to speak English so that you can fully participate in what we have going on. So doors will be closing. Whichever is first, when we cap how many people are in the group. And that could be by this Friday. So what's the date on Friday? Okay, we're going to do a soft close on the 24th because I think I'm going to have everybody then. But stay tuned. So if you want to just apply, and let's have a conversation about where you're at. Now, I may not be your coach. I may not be the one that you resonate with for whatever reason. But you need to have this one group for you. And learn from my mistakes. Learn from the mistakes that cost me time, energy, and money. And I hope for you that you find a group that is amazing. I think our group is amazing. So I suggest you don't walk, that you run to that link and you click it, and we have a conversation to see if you'd be a great fit to join the She's Gold program, a coaching mastermind program with accountability and networking and coaching and all of that wrapped into one. It's a speed course for you to reach your goals. And girl, you deserve to reach your goals sooner rather than later, and to get to the end of 2020 and say, I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. Even with all the craziness that happened, I accomplished what I want to accomplish. So go over to the She's Gold link, click that, and I hope to see you on the inside of that program. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, Dynamic Women, for joining us today. Please hop on over to iTunes to subscribe and leave us a review. Who do you know who needs to hear our message? We'd love it if you'd share our channel with your friends and family. If you're ready to be more dynamic, have more balance and more success, head over to www.dynamicwomenclub.com/free gift for your Key to Success book. Stay dynamic.